Lovable websites are still basically invisible to Google until today. We found a way to turn your entire Lovable site, blog, service pages, everything into pure SEO gold. Not with broken server-side rendering, but with a manual static site generation hack no one else is showing you. If you launch your site on Lovable without this, you're probably missing 90% of your potential traffic right now. So stick around and we'll show you exactly how to fix it.
Let's pop the hood and I'll show you what to do to get this working on your own Lovable websites. Okay, first we need a website. Ben, over to you.
I have a shortcut, a series of prompts that I've created, like a mini agent that creates websites from scratch for me, just so we can practice. So here is a prompt that I need to stick into Lovable, which will create a 5-page website for us for a business, which apparently is called VaultForge Systems. They're a custom PC and server rig business. So I'm going to paste all that in there. One of the things that I quite like to do while this is creating the website is we could hop over to ChatGPT and create some images for the site. Okay, so the website's done. We've got a VaultForge website here, all done within Lovable. It looks pretty good. Happy with this. We've got five pages here. We've got an about page, a service page, gallery, and contacts. So the blog then has 3 very short, but 3 blog posts within it. Double check over the fact that this Lovable website that we've just published has 0 potential for search engine optimization. If we take this and paste that URL into something like Google Crawler Simulator, you will see that on the home page there are no H1 tags. So despite the fact there are H1s, there's paragraph text, there is no text visible to Google. And why is that? That's because
all the rendering that Lovable was doing at the moment happens on the client side. What we need to do is make that happen on the server side.
Right, so then we put into Lovable the initial prompts that you've given us before, which is here, which is available to everyone. Let me paste that straight in, magic prompt number 1, which effectively tells Lovable to, create static site generation.
Yeah, it tells Lovable to take all of the client side HTML and render it in the server side in a way. Generate server side HTML pages that match what's happening on the client side.
We now go back to the Lovable SEO. Now we should find on the home page, if we check within the Google crawler, instead of nothing being seen by the Google crawler, all of the keywords, the H1 tags, everything is in there. So there, bosh, great.
Hang on.
But problem is,
let's have a look on a different page.
Look on a different page. Now you suspect that these sub-pages might work.
I don't think they are going to work right now within the Lovable publish. I think what's going to happen is we're likely to see...
They work!
They do work, but we're likely to see all the keywords from the home page.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's giving you the illusion that it's worked. So this is a problem with publishing on Lovable at the moment, but we can solve that instantly by publishing somewhere else, like Netlify, for example.
Right, I'm in the Netlify interface, so we're going to add a new site. We're going to import an existing project straight from GitHub. We're going to choose the correct project.
Cool, and there's one important thing we need to do in here, which is if we scroll down to the build command, you'll see that it's chosen build client. We just want the original build command. So bun run build is what this should say in here.
Without client.
Yep. Okay, cool. So that's published. Let's go to Forge Computers, Netlify.
So what is this? This is it's taken the GitHub repo and published it using Netlify rather than doing it from within Lovable, right? Okay.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's ready. So let's check the Netlify publish.
So this is the same website, but now pushed and published through Netlify rather than directly from Lovable. Okay, so if we look inside there, we've got our lovely website. We'll see what Google sees when it looks on the new Netlify website. Okay, it's seeing the homepage there.
Yep.
If we were to take this the about page.
Yep. There we go.
Command F. So that means just by pushing it to Netlify, we have got all these top level sub pages.
So it works, right?
Yeah, but what we're questioning is if the blog content works.
Let's go and have a look at the blog. Let's have a look at one of these blog posts and see what's going on in there.
So if we dig not only into the blog, but then into graphics card visual excellence. Oh, here's my custom branded images.
Oh, wow, a lovely image there.
We suspect
let's plug this into the crawler and see what comes up.
You suspect that this won't show. Page not found, right?
Yeah,
so
it's interesting. Yeah, so if you
why is it that the top level stuff shows, but when we go into the blog and then into an individual blog, from an SEO perspective, these, despite what we've done so far, these aren't still not showing?
So if we were to go and look at what got deployed in that last publish, then we can go and see these pages got deployed. So we have about, blog, contact, not found, services. We don't have any of the subfolders in here. And the reason why is because the SSG prompt that we originally provided, it only attempts to render items within the pages folder. And you can see we have this extra layer in here, which is the blog folder. So
right,
these
so
ones
the
got missed out.
nested blog pages are not covered by the static site generation.
Yes, but there is something extra we need to do. We need to ensure that the pages that get generated match the roots. So if we go and look in app.tsx, you'll see about, services, gallery, contact, and blog are all nice top level URLs. And then we have these ones here, choosing your CPU, graphics cards guide, memory storage optimization. These are lovely SEO friendly URLs, but they don't necessarily match up to what's going to be output by the current SSG prompt. So we're going to add an extra magic prompt in here, which is going to make sure that's all fine. What it's probably going to do is copy these over into the pre-render.js that we made a minute ago. And once that's done, we should have SSG on the full site. Okay, so let's go grab that magic prompt.
This is the new prompt that you've added. This is one more line.
Yep. Which should cover sub pages.
So what does this do, this prompt here?
What this does is it makes sure that when it generates the HTML files, it puts them in a folder structure that matches the roots exactly that you are going to land on when you go and browse the website.
So by adding your additional prompts to the back end there, we can now see that all new blog pages that are added to the site are visible using the crawler simulator. And we should be seeing, yes, all of that is working. So we've got all the keywords, all the internal links, the headings, and all of the page text is visible. That's it. That's amazing. It's working.
Mm-hmm.
Elliot, thank you so much for helping me. Couldn't have done any of this without you as just a humble vibe coder and marketer. I can't wait to see what other people do with this. Leave comments, let us know, share your websites, let's see how everyone's doing. And I expect to see everybody ranking with that SEO. And I expect to see everyone ranking on page one and I expect to see everyone ranking.
Everyone wanking.
And I expect to see everyone wanking with no. And I expect to see everyone ranking on page one with their own lovable websites very, very soon. Leave comments, let us know what you're doing. We can't wait to catch up soon. Bye bye.
See you in the next one.